I don't think this is gonna go the way that they wanted to go.
All right. You guys already know this is about the fucking announcement. What's y'all's like? I guess why why did this happen without even a discussion about it? And we already have discussed this multiple times, but I guess y'all changed your mind on your viewpoint of it.
Well, do you want to discuss this? Like,
Well,
I mean, are we making this like an open format discussion with everyone here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just more mediators to make sure nobody goes at each other's throats. This is entirely a discussion between you guys. We're just here to make sure it remains civil.
Oh, so I don't get called subhuman trash that needs to resign because I'm ruining the LSPD again.
Oh, victim mentality starts first.
Well, it's not the victim mentality.
Calm down, calm down.
So crazy.
Okay.
Focus on the main
Let's stick
Well,
on
hold
the,
on a second.
Let's stick on the announcement.
No. So this is, I mean, this is the stance the marshals are going to take. I mean, you know, this is what was called before, and it's just kind of like.
Peters, as I said, we're mediators, and we're going to make sure this keeps civil.
Right, but it's like the second I bring that up, it's kind of like now you guys are just taking sides.
No one brought it up, Peters, so let's keep it up to the.
Well, then what do we need mediators here for?
Because of this reasons exactly. You guys go at each other's throat. There's nothing productive happening, is there? Okay, so let's talk about what needs to be talked.
So, you explain why this is happening? Why this has happened?
Are you looking for like a justification or something?
Why did you change your mind?
We just like to know
on,
what the
like,
fuck is going on.
Yeah, why'd you change your mind?
How'd I change my mind?
But we all agreed, like, how many meetings? 3, 4 meetings, 5 meetings that we've talked about this exact topic of like, UPD command is UPD command.
I know we talked about it when I first became chief, you know, about working together, and we haven't really been working together, so we're just enforcing the legislation.
Everybody's been working together.
Literally, our officers
on a daily basis, people are working together, hand in hand, with absolutely, I mean, issues. Sure, there's issues, but they can be dealt with just like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants this shit, but it's still being pushed. I mean, your own command doesn't want it. I mean, no one wants it. It's like 8 people. No one wants to deal with this. Everybody just wants to go on duty and fucking go on patrol and have a good time.
You know it's in the legislation, right?
And that doesn't mean it needs to be enforced.
I know,
what
but
you're doing is
I'm gonna stop you, Peters, and just say it is being enforced, and I don't. I'm not really interested in justifying my actions to you.
Well, you should.
But I'm not.
Well, you included us in your announcement, so I think the least you could have done was call me and talk to me about it.
I would have liked to speak to you.
But you waited till 10 minutes off duty.
Okay, calm down. Let her finish. If we're gonna have a civilized conversation, please let her finish.
You know, I wrote this 3 weeks ago, and I would have loved to speak with both of you about it. But every time I went on duty, within, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes of me going on duty, both of you went off duty. We just never got a chance to. So yesterday, I was fully planning on speaking to you, Bones. You went off duty, and I said, all right, I'm done waiting.
Did you call me once?
But I'm still
Did you
here.
reach out to me?
The undersheriff.
You could email me. I show up. I mean, there's. Come on now, let's not. You said weeks this has been a thing. You could have easily got a hold of me.
You know, like I said, every time I came on duty, it was either you had just gone off duty or we only overlapped for a little bit. I wanted Peters to be there. I was waiting for Peters. He went off duty, and I said, all right, well, enough's enough. I'm just doing it.
Instead of any communication at all.
Okay, calm down. Let's let each other finish. Let's let each other finish.
She finished her sentence.
No, she was still talking, and he
Oh, maybe I couldn't hear it from here.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point it's just not like as far as like justification goes, like you guys are looking for justification right now, and it's like
We want to know what's happening, man. I mean, this is a complete shakeup to the whole fucking PD, completely. It's not just a little thing. I mean, certs have to be redone. Everything would need to be redone. It's a complete
Oh.
utter shakeup.
Oh, I didn't realize certs had to be redone. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Why would we allow the LSPD to just command the certs as soon as we enter? We would have our own fucking certs then. It doesn't make sense.
So are those certs gonna operate in Los Santos County?
I mean, we're having a discussion, are we not?
Well, I'm asking you, like the
We
certs
don't
that
want any of this to
you're
happen
gonna
at all.
redo.
We want this to all go back. We don't want this to begin with.
I didn't really ask what you wanted.
Well, clearly, if you asked what anybody wanted, you would realize that nobody fucking likes it except the
Okay,
little
let's
posse that hangs out and
mediators.
just talk
Mediators,
shit all
can you
Yeah.
please
Yeah,
step
calm
in?
down.
If you guys are
I
gonna
mean, it's
mediate,
just
can you please mediate?
ridiculous. It's like 7 people that are just pushing this narrative.
Me.
It's the same 7, and it's the same
Okay.
problem people. No
Cassidy,
one wants
we're
this.
gonna have
Problem
productive
Can I
people.
give you a call back? You good?
Can I ask what you mean by problem people?
Why are you telling us?
The Blaine County
Carmine,
Sheriff's Office.
Jeb,
Confused.
Peach, Bobby Charles, Vic Hanna, all people that cause problems. I don't know why that's hard to understand.
What about? Wait, hold on. What about? I'm sorry, I missed what you said. Can you say that again?
I named the people that are problem
Right. I mean,
Our
they're,
problem.
What? I
I
mean,
think
why are
there's-
they? Why are they a problem?
because they talk shit nonstop. They have an ABAB fucking community where they just try to find things to throw on BCSO officers. They call people up on payphones and make hissing sounds. They make chants at the end of your fucking stupid meetings. Fuck the
Okay,
the
calm
BCSO
down,
at the end
please,
today.
please,
Like,
please.
come on,
Mediators,
it's just
please.
crazy. That
roll it back
doesn't
a little bit,
happen.
Cassidy.
Hmm.
You guys need to have a civil conversation. I know you're passionate on both sides about it, but you need to calm down a bit and actually talk this out with each other.
I would like to know what the issues are from us that makes it impossible to work with us when we don't do the things that the LSPD is doing. We do not do that stuff. No one in the LSPD is doing any of that. I understand there may have been an issue with Crystal and Helen the other day, and we more than allowed Decker graciously to come to the BCSO and to chat with them and recommend punishment if he felt necessary. It's always been that way. So I don't know why it's acting as if we've been these uber aggressive evil people that have just completely disregarded working with you guys on any semblance of a level. We literally are here working with you guys every day. The past couple of weeks have been the best they've ever been, and that's coming from deputies and officers on both sides. This is a complete blindside. Over the weekend, while we were gone, we were having collaborative meetings again for the first time in how long? And now it's just a huge fucking wrench in the gears for no reason when there was finally progress. Like, yes, we had our issues, of course, but we handled it. Was what it was, and we moved on, and we started working on our departments, and each of us were doing fine, and everybody was working together perfect. Not perfect, but we were working together. You know, there was issues here and there, but they were dealt with. And if there was issues and they weren't dealt with, they need to be brought to us. Because we have absolutely zero issue punishing people for the things that they do. And then when you guys are
Okay,
constantly, you have meetings where at the end
You're
they're
throwing a
chanting
lot at 'em.
BCSO sucks. It's like, it's just crazy.
Well, I mean,
Let them respond because you're throwing a
Okay.
lot at them, Cassidy.
we've had Bean bust into our meetings and say LSPD is a shit department.
When did we need to be told about it though?
It
Let
was
him finish, though.
it was made apparent. I mean, the situation with Cornwood, where he wasn't suspended after. I'm going to be 100%. He killed an officer. He killed an LSPD officer. There was. I mean, he wasn't even suspended, so we couldn't conduct an investigation with that whole thing. I mean, has he been suspended?
He's
since-
definitely suspended,
He's
man.
been
Okay, so-
suspended since me and Moss had the first conversation about it. As soon as I woke up,
I
we
mean,
had a
but that's
conversation, he
not
got suspended.
that's
Peter,
not
do you
true
mind-
because
you
he
and I
did
both, like,
go
get
on
on a high
duty.
horse with that.
I'm not sitting on a high horse. And respectfully, Andy, this is between.
Don't say you don't know why I'm here.
Okay,
Jeez.
can you explain why you're here?
Why would I not be here? This change is massive, and it affects my county just as much as your county. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Nino's not here because of how much it affects both counties.
It is my job to keep in tap with what is going on in my county. So respectfully, yes, Peters, I have every right to be here. I don't plan on chiming in a lot. But
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand, and if it hasn't been asked yet, and maybe I was Blair Witching in the corner when it was, but the only thing I hope to understand is why you guys feel that this is positive for your department or any department. Otherwise, I will shut up.
Yeah, again, I don't think we really have to, like Moss said, we don't really have to justify anything. We're operating within the confines of the law. We had an issue, and I mean, this is how we're dealing with it.
It's not about justifying, it's about understanding your thought process. Because from our perspective, it looks like you guys have 2 weeks left and are just burning it down on your way out for fun.
We're not burning anything out.
No one wants it though.
So you refuse to answer why you guys made this choice?
Moss?
Because that makes it look like you don't have one.
It doesn't again, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Like, we have our reasons for it, and like, ultimately we don't have to justify the reasons that we are doing it. Like, we're operating
so
again, as I keep saying,
I'm tired.
with the way the legislation is written.
But that it doesn't matter. That's not why
Okay.
we understand.
Moderators,
Hey,
moderators,
let him finish.
moderators.
Ron Peters.
I lost my train of thought.
Issues. We're talking about issues.
Yeah. I mean, we've had our issues, and there's been a slew of issues, and I mean, obviously, during that my entire conversation with you, where I don't think I called you a single name during that, but I was berated when I tried to bring up the issues of our officers being shot. 2 separate incidences with Jimbo and Cornwood. We also have, I mean, listen, I'm not going to justify everything, but there has been a slew. That's a word, right?
Yes.
A plethora of issues.
Okay. Well, also, if you're talking about Bean, like a week ago, he was dapped for that, just so you're aware. Okay. Handled by us without you even letting us know. Bean came to me and Dakota about it, and I dapped him myself. So, without you guys ever letting us know either, by the way. Cornwood was suspended as soon as we had a conversation, pending an investigation, which makes total and complete sense and would never have been objected by any of us, because an officer died in the line of duty.
Oh, okay. It's good to know that makes sense now, and
Why are you talking like this?
that it wasn't
what the
that
fuck?
Listen,
it wasn't.
No,
moderators,
Guys,
moderators, moderators.
Let Mus
He's
talk.
going to get roasted for his volume. She should get roasted for her tone if you're going to be even about this.
What? Who's getting? We haven't roasted Cassidy or Bones.
I'm talking to the moderators.
I mean, if you really want to talk about my tone, I'm pretty sick right now. But you know, how would you like me to speak, Andy?
You sound like you are trying to incite certain
Well-
reactions out of people. Is how you sound. You sound nothing like you normally sound because the tone of your voice is just aggressive.
Well,
in
she is
general.
sick. She was at
Yeah,
COVID.
respectfully, I think this is just.
Okay, well, if it's
you know,
just you being
COVID
sick,
con.
then it's just you being sick. I didn't know you were sick. So
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know what anybody here expects. I'm not gonna justify my actions. I'm not really interested in justifying my actions. It is what it is. And if you have questions about it that I can clarify, I'm happy to do that. But it's kind of where I stand with it.
I think we've had the overarching question as why the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
We're not getting
Moss-
any explanation. We want to understand if we are dealing with the issues that occur, and we have been, whenever they've been brought up, why is there a divide happening anyway? I know we've had our issues between us, but why are we fucking over the everyday officers that don't want any part of this stupid shit?
We just
Why
wanna
are
get
we
on
gonna
duty and
make
patrol.
people stop going to calls and having all this stupid shit happen to them and not even want to go on fucking duty. Like,
Uh,
why is it
did
even
you-
come to this
Can-
point?
Can
Did
I
you read the-
ask how this fucks over everyday officers?
You should
Oh,
talk to your officers.
You should talk.
No, calm down.
No, I'm just saying, talk to them and they'll tell you plenty of reasons. I think it's great. I
I'm-
think it'd be
I'm-
great.
I'm
if you listened
asking.
to 'em.
I'm asking you.
Okay. They like working with us. They like having a chain of command that they don't really care. They don't see the departments. They don't care about what it is, what department you are. They just care about fucking catching criminals and stopping crime. That is it.
How does that change?
And are
explain-
they
wanna
unable?
respect
Are
our
they unable
ranks.
to do their job now?
I mean, sure, we can do a whole, we could hamper people in every way possible and still have them be able to do their job. Doesn't mean that we're not hampering them in some way. They can still do their job, sure, but they want to abide by our chain of command as well. They want to work together in unison because that's what makes it. That's how everything works better. I mean, you can't imagine that this is going to be a better system in any way. Like, in any way. Even if we just abided by all of your rules and just started going down there, everything gets more complex. Everything gets more convoluted, and everything is added steps for zero reason when we don't need it, when we can just be working together. Me and Bones didn't agree with Ruby or Barrick on just about anything, but guess what? It didn't affect day-to-day patrol and how we treat the officers on duty. I mean, it's just silly because there really is no explanation from you guys. Because all the issues you bring up, we deal with them. If they are issues, people get dabbed, people get in trouble. I don't get it. And then we have like just an incredible amount of shit just coming from the South at all times. From the constant phone calls, from the 311s to the threats to the mayor. Like just for no reason. It's just stupid. And you guys are the ones pushing us out. We are dealing with that, and we're getting
nobody's
pushed out.
pushing you out though.
You
What do you?
are, because you knew this would happen. You knew exactly what the outcome would be, and you knew that it wouldn't sit right with us at all. You knew exactly what it would be, and you can't play silly. You can't play stupid because you knew
Give him
that
a
this
chance
would
to
happen.
respond now, Cassidy.
Okay. Like I said, so you guys both read the whole thing, right?
Yes.
Bones, did you read it?
Yep.
Okay, so how does it affect? You keep saying the day-to-day officers. I mean, if this is only a command plus sort of thing, or excuse me, sergeant plus, how does it affect the officers at the lower ranks?
Because they want to work hand in hand. They want to abide by our ranking structure. They believe that a UPD is better for the whole police department in general.
Which 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Moss agreed with me. Or actually, for like 2 months now, you've agreed with me on that.
Right.
I
and
mean, you know, anytime something was brought up that went slightly against the BCSO, you know, you guys were kind of up in arms. You know, Peters suggests that certifications have co-leads. Oh, we're not doing co-departmental certifications anymore.
You agreed with it. You were like, yeah.
Let her
I
finish
mean-
talking, Bones.
I mean, but it's just an example that by the way you react anytime there is the smallest change, anything that does not 100% go in your direction, you throw UPD out the window. So this whole
not even
UPD
true.
bullshit, I'm not buying it.
Okay.
You quite
Where
literally
is-
agreed on every single thing that we said about the search.
Because I
You
would,
did.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying that those are examples of any time that
that's not an
something doesn't
example.
go.
Okay.
It is an example because
It's not an
anytime
example
something
because it's
doesn't
not
go
true.
your way, how is
Let
it
Moss
not
finish
true?
talking.
Because
Because
it
you
wasn't
were
that
on
it
the
didn't
same
go our
page as
way.
me.
What happened was,
One at
first
a
of all, I
time,
want to make
one
it
at a
very
time.
clear
Yeah. One at a time.
that the
Don't talk
conversation
over
we
each other.
had was it was your decision, it was your idea to have one cert lead.
It was. You're right.
We decided to destroy all the certs, not destroy, but to like get rid of the ranks and repick cert leads. One day, Peters walks into our office and does not ask, to make it very clear he did not ask. He said, we're going to do co-leads. And we said, we just went back and forth about this for a whole week because we didn't agree at first, and we had we argued here and there. and we were like, we're done with this shit. So yes, we did walk out, but it was never never a question. To be clear, he made it a statement, and then you told us that you don't know where he did that from, that was totally out of left field, and that you did not agree with him. That is not an example of us throwing a fit when something does not go our way. That was something we all agreed upon, that we all believed was a good idea, and it was your idea. We backed out because of the flip-flop nature of how every time we have a conversation, it's a different fucking story and something changes. Because every time we talk, you say something, Peter says the opposite, and then we get a different answer every single day.
Well, that's not fair. It's not every single. I mean, you should
It was,
probably
though. It literally
phrase-
was, though.
I mean, it was literally just the cert thing. It wasn't. What else did that happen with?
You guys flip-flopped on... I don't mean to bring it up again, because I know it's a sore subject for whatever reason, but on the Vic Hanna stuff...
But what do you mean we flip flopped on it?
It's fine. Forget about it.
No.
I don't give a shit.
I want it. What do you mean we flip flopped on it?
We found that you guys said that if he was found out to be that he hit that person off that bike, that he was gonna be fucked.
Oh, God.
I did the
Bring back this
investigation.
shit
I found
again.
out that he lied.
He struck
Nothing
the
happened.
bike, did he not?
No, he hit the lady. But whatever. We're past it now.
Wait, he won the court case, did he not?
I don't think there was a court case.
I don't believe there was a court case.
Okay, pretty sure there was a court
I
case.
might be wrong, but I
I'm
don't
pretty
remember
sure there
off
was a court case and he won the court case.
I know he did a
I'm
reenactment in a PD
99%
meeting.
sure that there was a court case and he won the court case.
Okay. If you see the court case, then I'll admit that I was wrong. But the fucking EMS told me that she had beatings consistent with the baton, and Tackleberry told me that he saw him beating her. So what else am I supposed to go with?
Right, I'm 99.9999997% sure he won his court case.
Okay.
I
Whatever.
can look it up.
We can move on.
Peters.
Yeah. So flip flop. Anything else we flip flopped on?
The whole UPD is UPD, and UPD rank is UPD rank, and a sergeant in the BCSO is equal to a sergeant in the LSPD in y'all's county.
You guys flip
Which
flopped on
is
how
a
we
lot
would
of fun.
dole out punishments. It was a UPD thing at first. Then Peter said no, has to go through us. Then it was a UPD thing again. Every time Daisy said that she wanted to be UPD, Peters was the one that was trying to change it. That was from your own mouth.
Meeting just sounds like you just don't like me.
But no, it's not that we don't like you. It's just we don't understand. We want to work together. We genuinely do. It seems like no matter how hard we try, like even the most minor things stick out to you guys like it's the most evil shit ever. Like the stuff that the LSPD is doing to the BCSO is more than we've ever done to you guys by an infinite amount.
I just
Sure,
want to
there's
know
been people
why.
blowing up here and there.
Cassie,
Bean may have blown up in
just
person,
keep-
but no one's
we're
calling
just gonna
people
keep
Go
going.
back to the
like,
jurisdiction.
What are we doing
announcement.
with this?
I mean, I think Moss has made it pretty clear on what we're doing with it.
Right. Are you just hard stuck on it? You're not going to listen to anything that we say, that your officers say? You care about what people want to do in your department, or is it just like the two heads at the top make the decision, and that's where you go? Have you spoke to like Shift 3? I mean,
Yeah,
I
did
saw that you
did
excluded them, but
Yeah.
have you talked to them?
I actually spoke to Lavender about it.
Right. And how does Shift 3 feel? Because I found it funny that you decided to like exclude them, but keep it in the other shifts.
Uh-huh.
Why'd you do that?
Because I didn't feel like it was necessary to do it in shift 3.
Why is it necessary in the other two shifts?
I don't fucking know. Because I don't feel that the other two shifts operate in the same way that shift 3 operates in.
Yeah, they operate in a united fashion, which I think all shifts could benefit off of doing that. But
Uh-huh.
why are we not doing that? I think we can all agree that they have the best way of working together, which is it doesn't matter what department you are.
Yeah, it would be
mean, we're
nice
the
if
most-
it would be nice if the other two shifts worked together in the same way that shift 3 did.
and it
Then let's
seems like
do
we
it.
were trending in that direction. But now this throws a big wrench in the gears for no reason when we was
Well,
genuinely going in a good direction.
There are a lot of reasons.
So give us the reasons so we can fix them instead of just making this an impossible thing to work through. If you give us the reasons, we can try to fix them.
I mean, we don't even have shared meetings in first shift
We
1.
did over the weekend. We literally had shared meetings for like 3 days.
I don't really know what you want me to say when I was told that BCSO would not be attending LSPD meetings if Peters was there. So I don't really know what you want me to say about that.
Sure, things were a problem and things started to trend in a better direction. But
So is this
instead
not
of having a conversation and trying to work it out and being like, okay, you know, maybe we can try one meeting, you guys decided to put out a crazy thing that is going to throw a wrench into everyday operations.
Is it going to throw a wrench into LSPD operations or BCSO operations?
All the UPD.
There is no
There
UPD.
is no UPD.
You guys practice that one? Got that one?
Okay,
No, but that was
moderators?
pretty good.
That's the
Moderators?
unfortunate reality that there is no unified police department.
Moderator,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's just how it is. There is
But
no
it
But
could
that's
be.
not to say
It
that
could be.
what
Yes,
one department does doesn't affect the other. And this
that is
definitely
very
does.
true.
I mean, I think it's a pretty clear example, right? I don't think that Moss and I have been facetious at all. We haven't raised our voice or anything. I mean, it's like comments like that is just like, I mean, it's so unnecessary. And it's like I'm trying to talk to cast
the practice one?
moderators.
Why are you
Let
calling
Peters
them
finish.
moderators? I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about. I didn't even mean it in a
Moderators.
bad
Just
fashion.
let Peters finish.
No, I don't. I think he took it the wrong way. I don't mean that in a bad fashion.
Hey, Peters, go on.
Okay. I have tried to talk to Cassidy in the past, and I won't repeat the things. I'll just to keep it professional. I was met with resistance. There's been issues with officers on the street. Obviously, you know about the Carmine and Bobby shit. Hi, Eleanor, whatever. There's that whole situation. I mean, I don't. Marshall's, are you aware of the situation with that?
We have somebody looking into
The gun,
Yeah.
and reading someone's. You know, I mean, that's another one. Bean coming down saying you were a dog shit department. I mean, that's another one.
All things that have been handled
No,
internally.
let him finish.
Okay,
so far.
okay. No, I don't know. I mean, kind of.
You know, I think you're not gonna like what I'm about to say, but at the end of the day, you know, I understand that you're here looking out for your department. Just as we feel like we are looking out for LSPD right now. And
Let her finish.
you know, we're gonna abide by the legislation. And that's kinda it.
Have you spoke to anybody in your department besides Carmine, Bobby, and the other, I guess, 3 or 4 of them?
Actually,
Have you spoke to your command that's enforcing all this?
I have
Because your
spoken.
command told you not to go through with this, and guess what? They woke up to you putting it in. So, I guess you are caring about your department. You're right.
Alright, you asked her a question, let her answer.
Again, I think the facetious stuff
think you-
isn't
you know,
necessary.
That was
Asked
that was
and
facetious,
answered that
and
question.
I apologize. So.
Actually, I have not spoken to Bobby or Carmine about this. I have spoken to members of command about it. Does that answer your question?
Ooh.
Okay, why does it? I don't understand why it matters. What is
She brought it
the
up.
point?
It does matter. I mean,
What?
she's caring about her department. They're the one
Is,
enforcing all this.
They all said they were against it.
What was that, Andy?
Said they all said that they were against it. At least the ones we've talked to.
Who did you guys talk to? Decker?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you. Okay,
Well, who
I
did you-
wasn't
who
gonna
else
give
did you
names, but
talk
they
to?
could get thrown under the bus.
No, I'm not throwing. I think Decker's great. I think people are entitled to their opinions. I mean, that's what. Like it's not throwing any. I mean, did you talk to anyone else?
That's your one
Yep.
command member of shift 2, right?
Right, but I mean,
Big thing.
right. I understand, but you said you talked to a bunch of our command.
We
We
talked to
a
your
bunch of
command.
people. Listen, again with the issues of before, okay, with the Helen situation. Helen was suspended for multiple days. She was dapped, and it was also told to the marshals so that they could investigate it further. I don't know what else you guys want from us on that regard. I mean, what else can we possibly do? Like that, it's a rights violation. She was punished. It was given to the marshals. I don't know what else to do. Bean acted out of line. Guess what? Bean was dapped. Pretty simple. He was told not to fucking do that shit. He was told to knock it off, and he had a conversation with me and Nakota. What about you guys calling Cricket earlier when he was helping with an operation and forcing him to come to the south? I mean, that's crazy.
Well, no. So I called Cricket and I asked what he was doing, and he said he was patrolling up north. And I said, well, you applied for a job at the LSPD, and you should probably be patrolling the city. I was like, I don't really have any problem. I was like, if you have friends up there, like you could put an application in and you get hired up there. But if you're going to be in the LSPD, you should probably be patrolling the city.
But do you not get that's just why the divide? Like people want to work together.
Okay,
Cricket
let
wants to work with the
Peters
people that he
finish
was
his
working
answer.
with today.
Thank you, moderators. It's he didn't tell me that. He didn't tell me any of that.
I mean, you just made the assumption. You looked at his blip and then
No,
called him and
no,
told him to
I-
come to the south. What is he
okay,
going to do? Fight
no,
with the assistant chief on the phone?
You were making assumptions now. I asked what he was doing. He didn't tell me anything about an operation.
I mean, we had just finished. But again, he's not going to argue with you because you're the assistant chief of police. He asked you to come down there. You have to understand that he's not going to be like, sir, I want to hang out with my friends after you said you should come down to the south.
Well,
Like, you
that
have to
wasn't.
understand that power dynamic.
No, that wasn't the case. I asked what he was doing,
Okay. I mean,
and he didn't tell
all
me
right.
he was doing anything. He never told me any of that. I mean, if he told me that, and I was like, if he would have been said
He
like,
told you
hey,
he was patrolling up north, and he was patrolling with somebody in
I
the
just want to
BCSO.
see
They
if
were
this is
riding.
going to turn into a screaming
I
match.
literally saw him standing inside of the BCSO for
Yes,
like
because we just finished
You
an
let
op
him
and we
finish.
were
Stop talking over him.
moderators. I literally, I mean, his blip was inside the office for almost an hour. And I asked him, and he was like, "Hey, like I'm just patrolling up north," and I'm like, "Okay, well, you applied for the LSPD. You should probably be patrolling the city of Los Santos." I even said I don't really have any issues with you. I mean, if you want to patrol in Blaine County, that's great. Like, you should get a job in Blaine County. But if you want to work for the LSPD, you should probably patrol in the city.
He wants to work with. He just wants to work with his friends. That's it. He wants to work with people that he's friends with. That's all. That's all it is. He wants to patrol with his friends, whether they're in the BCSO or whether they're in the LSPD. He does not want to transfer because he likes the city, and he wants to ride with his friends in the BCSO. Like, and the fact that you're going to stop people from doing that is just fucking insane. So
Right,
we
but
can move on.
I mean, the counter would be there's crimes being committed, and the reality is there's more crimes committed in the city than in your guys' county. And if there is a shortage of staff and I am on duty and I see that, I have a duty to make sure that he is responding to those calls.
Okay. I mean, sure, if you think so. I mean, people are just not going to want to come on duty. That's what I'm saying. People are just not going to want to come on duty when you force them to do shit that they don't want to do. It's just as simple as
forcing, and well, I mean, the reality is people apply for this job. If they don't want to do the fucking job, then that's fine.
Sure, but we should still be looking after them and making it a positive work environment and giving them opportunities to do what they want within the police force. Like we're not it's a police force. We're not. It's not that crazy. Like we don't have to go that fucking crazy.
Do you feel like you make it a positive environment for me when I come on duty?
I don't think I interact with you, and I think the one time that I blew up in your face that was very bad, which again I have apologized for, was
No,
because
there was never an apology.
You called the BCSO. You said that we were actively trying to murder the LSPD, so I lost my mind, and I do apologize for that. But I said what I said because I was angry, and I gave the response that I did, and I said I called you what I called you for very specific reasons.
Right, but I mean, if I want to come duty, I don't know. I'm not gonna.
I mean, can I
Yeah,
ask what exactly is a subhuman?
Oh no.
You don't know?
No shot, you're gonna pull that when Nino called him what he called him.
What did
Yeah,
Nino
I
call
mean,
him? We're not Nino.
I'm not repeating it.
I'm not Nino. I don't.
You stood by him while he said it.
What did he say?
Did you defend Cassidy in that moment?
I don't know what Nino called it. Listen, I'm only responsible for my actions, and I think
Probably
Moss and I.
R-word.
I'm burpy right now. Keep burping.
Wait, do you think retard is worse than subhuman?
All right. Okay.
I think both have
I
their
don't
place
think-
in a
This is
professional
this is
environment.
gonna go into something
we're
else.
hitting the
Let's
point
keep it
where
I don't know why we're bringing that up when I didn't
yeah, it's
say
not
it.
necessary to bring any of that up. We're hitting the point in this talk where everyone is going to start talking in circles and you guys are attacking each other on a personal level. So Moss, Peters, do you want to explain yourself as to why you're deciding to enforce the legislation?
I think we've. I mean, listen, we have given examples and everything's like, well, whatever, and it's like the stuff keeps on happening, and it's like you bring up the Bobby and the Carmine, and it's like the Jeb, the Peach, whatever. It's
I
like
just
people
don't
are
want to
hissing,
explain it because
and
I
it's
know
like,
it
I don't
pisses them
know.
off.
It doesn't seem as serious as people coming down,
Actively
calling us,
trying to be annoying right now.
whatever names they've called us, coming down telling LSPD is a shit department.
Nothing
BCSO
worse
officer.
than what you said. Sorry for cutting you off.
Wait, what have I said?
Bro, come on. You're saying that
No.
you've never said anything bad about the Blaine County ever?
What have I said?
The
I mean,
fuck-
Blainers,
don't-
Tuscan Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on. Let's not. We're not.
Did
innocent
I
of this.
mean any of that maliciously? Is that bad?
I mean, we've explained the power dynamics behind everything. We've
Yeah,
gone through this, and I feel like we're not. I don't even think that this meeting got what we wanted to get accomplished at all. But it turned into like the class that we're just throwing shit at each other. Of
I
like
haven't
every
thrown
bad thing.
anything at anyone. I don't
Well,
think
we're just giving examples of things that happen. We all understand that shit happens. We all understand that things happen. And it's not all going to be like sunshine and rainbows, right? There's going to be bad things, but it gets handled and we work through it. I just don't understand why it went to this point without like trying, just trying to figure some shit out.
We have been trying. It's a continuous thing.
Bro, I didn't even get told about this. You
And,
said it was working.
genuinely-
You were working on it 3 weeks.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but all the issues you brought up, people have been punished for it. I mean, I agree. Bean going down there and saying that shit is fucked up. He was reamed out by me and Nakota and given dad, and he was dad. I mean, I promise you, this is like we hear that there's chants like fuck the BCSO at the end of the LSPD meeting. We do not cultivate that culture. We do not do that. One person getting angry and frustrated at a situation and saying the LSPD fucking sucks does not represent the culture that we're building there. And Bean was punished for it. And a lot of the things you guys are using as reasons for this being beneficial for the LSPD are all things that have been handled. We've dealt with way worse, even with Barrick and Ruby, and it's never even come to a point where this has ever even been close to an idea. Like,
sorry, I thought you were finished. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I was a few weeks ago. I had a meeting in the South Side, and I was shot. I was trying to figure out what was going on with people rolling around down there, and the inhabitants of the South Side ended up saying that we had officers that were acting like they were gangbangers, going in, shit talking, doing all this stuff. I ended up going down there off duty to try to smooth things out. I got shot in the head. Saint ended up calling Ventura to tell him about it. Ventura and Nakota went straight to the marshals without ever contacting me to make sure I was okay, to try to get me. I mean, it just seems like at every situation we are just getting dicked over on these situations, and it's like I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Are you guys not actively trying to push charges for Cornwood when we've been acting with qualified immunity this whole time?
I haven't been doing anything.
Yes, I mean,
I think
you were shot. You shot and put somebody in the ICU in the Blaine
Stop.
County Fair.
Stop. I don't give. We're going back to these fucking pointing.
It doesn't matter. The jurisdiction is what matters with you guys in this talk right now.
Listen, we're not going to talk about that. Any more fucking situations that's happened in the past, I don't care. I want to ask this question. If your officers all like don't want to do this in the LSPD, and they want to go back to what it was before, would you do that?
if all of our, I mean,
issues within the city. You know, it's this awkward back and forth of, do we deal with it? Do we send it to BCSO? Things end up not even being addressed. You know, so I can I just finish? So I would say it's not something that I'm completely closed to, but it doesn't mean that things are going to be exactly the same.
Nova, can you get on channel 15 and see if they're...
Okay. I generally, if they're actually having struggles like that, they can talk to us. I mean, we talk to, at least like we talk to Decker. And we also talk to King. I mean, there's people we talk to. I talk with Maxwell. They can talk to us about any of this shit if it's actually causing problems. And if you want, if you're fine with me talking to them, I will talk to them about these things and try and like figure out what's like kind of like the problem. But I would just get a temperature check on like what your department's like right now and like what they're feeling, and kind of revisit it with the whole announcement that you put out. I don't think the way to go about this is just doing what we always do and throw situations at each other. It's not healthy.
I'm just going to stay quiet.
As much as we might not get along or may not like each other, whatever it may be, we still want to work as a UPD, and we still want to make sure that people are having a good time on duty. We want everybody to be able to do what they want, have a good time. And we are willing to work with you guys in whatever way we need to make sure that happens.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you're willing to work with us anyway because you're not willing to do this.
Yeah,
I mean,
let me ask a question really quick. You guys on the BCSO, you're obviously very upset about the legislation being enforced.
Mm-hmm.
It is well within their rights as the LSPD, like high command, to enforce that legislation.
Yeah.
You guys are saying, why can't we be a unified police department? Do you just not want to work with it at all if you can't have your ranks in the county, or like what is your vision of being able to work together with them enforcing this?
So what I do, I kind of am gauging what everybody else wants to do when they're on duty, and that's both departments, because I think that's important for us as high command. We have to make an environment where everybody is like wanting to do this. You know, it can't just be like a top thing, right? And what I'm saying is, officers and stuff like that, they want there to be different departments for different cultures. They want there to be ranks that are earned equally. I mean, I think it's equally as hard to get sergeant in BCSO than it is in LSPD. But I don't think anybody wants to like have this extreme divide, because it doesn't make anything fluent. It just makes everything harder when it doesn't need to be like that. And I get it. In the legislation, we could do this legally. You can do it, but that doesn't mean we have to.
Can I ask, what do you think will change? How do you think the day-to-day operations are going to change because we're giving jurisdictional authority to LSPD officers in Los Santos County?
A lot of big dicking. Yeah, it's just.
You think
it's just
you think Tackleberry's gonna big dick you?
Tackleberry's not the person that we're gonna be dealing with. I don't even think. Is he even a senior?
Yeah, he's a senior. You think Charlotte Spade's gonna big dick you?
No, but you promoted Vic
You
Hanna
think
today.
Ruby York
I think he
or
would do
Avery Stone?
No, but I think all these people that you're naming don't want this, and I think you should talk to them.
Well, hold on. So who's gonna big dick you? What's the names?
Vic Hanna, Tyler Peters.
Hold on. When have I ever big dicked you guys?
Come on, bro. You know you're not saying that you would do it. You would 100% do it, and you will do it.
No. Okay. In the last 3 months.
Can I keep going with my list? I can keep on going.
No, because I want to know when have I ever pulled up and just been like, fuck the BCSO. This is my scene.
I don't think you've had the opportunity to.
I've been on tons of calls. I've never done that.
I don't think you had the opportunity to.
So okay, so Vic Hanna and Tyler Peters.
Yep. Let me keep going. Who else would probably do some shit? Cassie, you got any names?
I mean, Bobby
Trig?
Carmine, Jeb,
Oh.
and Peach can't
Hold on,
do it
wait.
themselves,
Did
but
you-
I think
did
they
you-
would.
Right? Did you read?
You guys
know,
were waiting for him to say like people that would probably. Just
I
do some dumb
apologize. I
shit.
shouldn't have interrupted. This is unfair. Sorry. Go ahead.
Said, I know there are people that can't enact anything themselves, but they are people that have tried to push that. I mean, we've seen with the Bobby and Crystal situation and Helen that he called for a superior officer to handle the scene. She let him go, and then he said, "You don't have jurisdiction," and made it a big issue as soon as she did that.
Okay, but that doesn't apply.
Like, of course that applies though, because people will use that to their advantage, knowing that they can call a senior to take over a scene at any point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this wasn't even enacted when any of that happened. That was just Bobby being Bobby.
Yeah, but
That seems ridiculous, though, right? No.
The ridiculous thing is that that Helen ended up screaming illegal detainment and then took his 95 and cut
Sure, but
cut him
you're
loose.
just believing Bobby's side of the story.
No, I
mean,
read the report and read the entire report from everything. Like he had grounds for detainment on that whole thing. His car was booted, which there is specific legislation in play which denies people the ability to boot LEO's fucking vehicle.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Again,
So back to.
I just wanted to say one thing for them, please. I don't think Crystal and Helen would ever do anything malicious and like that to try to just fuck over Bobby. That's all. If they genuinely made a mistake, they genuinely made a mistake. They were apologetic for it, and they were willing to take any punishment that they needed to take.
Okay.
And
go ahead. Go Daisy. I can't stand talking about situations that happen in the past.
So.
Please stop.
Back to the question. So. Like, so with this legislation in mind, how do you see, a day-to-day operations?
More problematic, a lot more stuff, loopholes to go through. I don't know what is this whole shit with the certs. LSPD commands they're overseeing certs and cert leads. I don't think that makes any sense.
That is just in the event that like some cert lead does some crazy shit, like I don't know, motor lead decides to be primary on a D boost or something. Somebody should be able to say, "Hey, are you sure about that?" Like certs are still cert. Like the cert leads still run the certs.
Didn't we pick out the cert leads? So wouldn't we? Isn't High Command like already in charge of that? Why did it have to be LSPD
I gotta
Command?
pee really quick. I got a kidney stone. Sorry.
You're good. I think that, like,
I don't expect it to really be an issue, but
it is a thing though. Like, you wrote it into an announcement that is included in jurisdictional authority. That's in legislation. The jurisdictional authority is in legislation, and this is how you guys want to do it. So it is 100%.
yeah, I mean, and if the cert leads are doing some crazy thing, we're covered, and somebody can
You're already
can
covered.
well,
Sorry for cutting you off, but you're already covered. You're high command. We oversee the certs. We oversee every single cert.
yeah, and I'm not on duty 24 hours a day.
Sure, but it'll get brought to us. I mean, the cert over high command was supposed to be over the no one should be really telling the cert lead what to do except us. I mean, that
I
was
mean,
my thought on that.
I would say I'm willing to change that part if it is such an issue, but we can change it to high command will oversee it.
Okay. Why is it? It already is that way. By the way, like, we already oversee all the certs. We already chose the cert leads. We can remove those people.
Yeah,
We
within
already
Los
do
Santos
that.
County, LSPD high command will oversee certs
But why? Why are you doing
because
that?
we're in
Why
Los
are you
Santos
making it-
County.
Right, but we're already under a thing where statewide the high command as a whole works that way. You see where this is, like, kind of like, why are we making it a pain in the ass to deal shit that we already can do?
I mean, I don't
that we
think it's a
already-
pain in the ass.
I do. You're not
Why do
blind
you
to
see it as a pain in the ass?
Because why is it specifically LSPD command or LSPD high command when we all as a group all agreed on cert leads?
Certs have always,
Because it's
like,
Los Santos
between adults.
County, and it's the jurisdiction for Los Santos County is
Daisy.
LSPD.
Daisy, you're the one who wanted to do this. Do you see where like how we're sitting? You're the one who wanted to choose all the cert leads, right? As a UPD thing, and now it's just, oh no, and we're just now only going to be us two whenever it's in our county.
Yeah.
It's not good, Daisy. But I genuinely
No
think
one
this whole
wants this
entire
shit.
document, you need to talk to your officers. I know you just got on duty. Just talk. Just get it. We'll come back to this. Talk to people. Get
I mean,
a vibe check.
I don't think we really need to come back to it. I think it's pretty straightforward.
I mean, you care about your department, right?
Of course, I
care
care
about
about them.
Your officers getting on duty and wanting to do, enjoying all the things that they do on duty. I think you should talk to them.
But what are
Is-
we telling our officers we can't do that they're on duty?
Talk to them. Talk to them.
No, I'm
sure they'll vent to you.
asking you.
I don't. I've talked to multiple officers today, and none of them want this. They're all like, "What the
Okay,
fuck is
what?
this?"
Hold on, but what can't our officers do?
Doesn't matter. They want to patrol with the people in BCSO,
I mean,
and I get that they can.
I think
but they want the BCSO
I think it
people
does
to be around
matter.
as well.
It does matter. What can't they do?
What do you mean? What can't your officers do? They have everything. They can do whatever.
What can't BCSO deputies do?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Deputies, they're not really affected. This is kind of just like the
Oh,
command
not
plus.
not affected.
And the other thing is,
I like that
there's
tone. That wasn't because you're sick or anything. That was a sly remark.
there's literally only two people you've named that would
So what is the need for it then? If everything is fine and people aren't going to use it anyway, then why? Like, you guys know the outcome of pushing this. You know what's going to happen. You know that there's going to be pushback and people aren't going to be okay with it. And things are trending in the right direction. We're having the meetings.
Are they
Shares.
trending in the right
Things
direction
are
for
not
LSPD
trending
or
in
for
the right direction.
BCSO?
Ask Avery. I mean, I think she said that things were trending great, and the last couple of weeks have been good.
They have been good. They've been great.
Okay, so you just answered your question.
Okay, Bones, the way that the announcement stands as written, is the BCSO intending on responding to anything outside of 78s in Los Santos County?
Say it again.
The way that the announcement is written, like without Moss and Peters changing any of it, is the BCSO going to respond to anything outside of 78s?
Most likely not. No.
Why?
I just don't think that it's a welcoming place for anybody in the BSCO. I think they're not taking into consideration anything. They're making it entirely difficult, and they're walking back on what things that they already want to do. And I know your viewpoint is not this, Moss. I know it is not. I feel like
I mean,
don't know.
I wrote it,
I
so
know you did, but
I think
feel like
I think
I
it's
talked to you for
pretty
2
clear what
months,
my
and you were so
viewpoint
against
is.
this. You were extremely against this.
Well, you
You
know,
hated this. You would hate to see what you become.
yeah, and
Okay,
then
moderators,
and then
moderators.
two officers died. I have BCSO command calling LSPD a shit department. Cassidy over there calling Peters a subhuman. So
Let's go back to
now you
keeping
can
my
be
finger.
Back to
s-
the
well,
jurisdiction.
hold,
But we
let
can
me
point fingers all
let
day
me
about all the
let
shit
me
you guys have done
can I
too.
finish
What does
speaking?
it matter?
Yeah, let her finish.
You guys ruined my moment. I was gonna say Cassidy calls Peters a subhuman. Well, now you guys are a sub authority. All right, let's go. We don't have a car here.
What
We
the
do.
fucking
That was
do?
cool.
I mean, like,
That
what
was
the
so
fuck?
cool,
Like,
Yeah.
man. I'm glad you got your.
That was pretty hard, Moss.
What the hell was that? They had to interrupt.
Yes, I would love to talk to you, Ms. Jones. I actually tried to reach out to you, but I heard that you changed your phone. By the way, I did call over the entire. I didn't know, and I did